Welcome to DataPencil.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our 50 days SQL practice challenge. This is a practice challenge absolutely free. In the end, you will earn your certificate. You only have to follow few rules. Alright, and one very important thing that while you are submitting your form, you have to make sure that you are filling the correct link of your GitHub. Alright, otherwise your candidature may get cancelled for this challenge. So be very careful when you fill the submission form. So let's begin with our day 10. Today we are going to focus on queries that are related to join so that we can do more practice on join concept. Alright, so let's begin. So I have opened VS Code and now we have to create a new file for day 10. So let's create it, day 10.sql. Now here let's write use 50 days SQL challenge. And let's run it. It's done, guys. So let's begin with our query 1. And in this query, we basically have to find the performance rating of each employee. Okay, so performance ratings of each employees. Right, so what are performance rating of each employee? So how can we find it? Guys, we have a performance table and we have employees table, correct? So it means we want employees, okay, at a side, and another side we want their respective ratings. Fine, ratings of 2023, 24, 22, correct? So here employee ID, and then there must be 3 more columns of ratings for the corresponding years, which is 2023, 24 and so on, right? So for that we simply have to select the employee ID and employee name. From which table? That table we have to mention here. So from E dot and E dot employee name as well, correct? And next column will be of rating. So rating 2022, and this will be from the performance table. So P dot rating, then P dot rating 2023, then P dot rating 2024, correct? Now all these datas are available where? So these datas are available in our employees table and the performance table. So from what I'm doing, from employees table, okay, and join this with the performance table. So join it with the clean performance, and let's define employees table with E and clean performance table with P. Now on what basis we are joining these two tables? So this is our performance table and this is employees table, okay. Now here in the employees table, employee ID, employee name, and in the performance table there is employee ID, correct? So employee ID column is common in these two tables, so we are joining them on the basis of employee IDs, where you find the employee ID 1 equals to employee ID 1 of this table, then show the data. Means employee ID 1 is for Neha Singh, so Neha Singh, and show the corresponding data of employee ID 1 251 for these rating views, okay. So here we have to write on the basis of employees table employee ID is equal to the performance table employee ID, correct? So select these columns. We want these columns in our result window, and then these columns are available in these two tables, and join these two tables on this basis where employee ID of employees table is equal to the employee ID of performance table, correct? Now let's run it. So here you can see that we have employee ID, employee name, their ratings of 2022, 23 and 24, right? So this is a way we can join the tables. Now let's see another query, and in this query it is saying which employee do not have any salary records, correct? Now how can you get the list of those employees whose salary record is absent, okay? So for that we basically have to use two tables. First one is employees and second one is salaries table. Now after joining these two tables we simply have to use filtration, and in that we will use where salaries table employee ID is showing null. Okay, and here which join we are going to use? We are going to use left join. Why? If we will use left join, only then all records of employees table which is at the left side, so all records of employees table we can easily fetch. Okay, so now let's write here, select employee name. Okay, as we want to see the employees, so employee name is sufficient, as well as for the more prominent data we can write employee ID from cleaned employees table E. Okay, and join this with the, here we are going to use left join. Okay, because employees table is on the left side and we want the list of all employee IDs irrespective of their salary is given or not. We want all employee IDs, that's why we will use here left join. So write here left join with clean salaries table. On what basis? So where employees table employee ID is equal to salaries table employee ID. Okay, now we have to fetch all those employees IDs where employee ID is null in the salaries table. Okay, so s dot employee ID is null. Now let's run it. Fine. So here, so there's Sachin, Neha, Amit, Simran, their salaries are missing. Their salary records are missing. Okay, so this is a way to fetch the missing data by joining two tables. Okay, now let's move towards our third query, and this query is saying which employee do not have any attendance record. The same logic will work here too. Okay, so you have to do it on your own. And our last query is saying what is the employee name, department, salary together. So what is the employee name, department and salary together? So basically they want to fetch all these datas together. Okay, for this what we have to do? We have to simply write select employee's name, department name and salary. Okay, so how can you get it? Basically we have to join here three tables, not three tables we have to join. Okay, the employees table, the departments table and then at last salaries table. Now you have to look for the common columns and on that basis we can easily join them. So if we join employees table and the departments table, then the common column is department ID. So on the basis of department ID, where employees tables department ID and departments table department ID is equal, then join it. And at last join it with the salary table. On what basis? So it will be on the basis of employee ID. Then employee ID will be common. Okay, so let's do it, complete this task and submit it via submission form. Make sure you are filling the correct GitHub link. All right, fine. So this is it for today's video. See you tomorrow with few more queries so that you can do more practice and become proficient. Take care guys, keep practicing. Bye bye.